Let's first start with what I think is the biggest development, the DNA from 3 individuals under victim Maddie Mogen's fingernails. How big of a deal is this, Edwina?
I think this is a huge deal, huge. I think probably one of the most important things that we can take from the filings is that it was inconclusive, and then there was further testing that excluded Kohberger, and I think that's one of the most important things.
So, and it was interesting because at one point in the document, it said that it was inconclusive, and then the defense said that they did further testing that excluded Kohberger. What does that mean, the fact that first inconclusive, but then the defense is citing this independent testing? And then why wouldn't they want it kept in, Edwina, if it shows that it wasn't him? Why are they trying to get it thrown out ahead of trial?
I think that the defense argument there is that the inference from what we can deduce from what this testimony was at the grand jury is that the state wants to infer that it was Kohberger, despite the fact that it was inconclusive. So I think that the defense is wanting to insulate against any inference whatsoever that the source of that DNA is Kohberger.
What do you think it means that that it's 3 individuals, according to this filing? 3 individuals' DNA found under the fingernails. What could that possibly indicate?
Well, I mean, with DNA evidence, and especially how little is required to get a DNA profile these days, is that it could be, right, anyone. She could be the source of the DNA. It could be an additional 2 other unknown individuals. But what the standout is that it's through the state's testing, it's inconclusive with respect to Kohberger, and through this independent testing, it ruled him out. So I'm not sure why the defense would want the DNA evidence thrown out if they have reliable expert testing that shows that excludes Kohberger from that DNA profile.
Yeah, so if the initial testing is saying inconclusive and the state additional testing is saying that Kohberger has been ruled out from the DNA under Maddie's fingernails, can they present both sides to the jury, or does the judge end up making a decision about which testing was more reliable? How does that work?
Well, theoretically, they can present both sides, right? The defense is absolutely entitled to put on whatever defense evidence that they have. However, depending on what this testing, this independent testing is and how reliable it is, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a state's motion trying to exclude that independent testing.
It's been so frustrating, Edwina, for those of us following the case because so many of the court documents have been sealed. We've been kept out of hearings. They don't let us in for some of these hearings. And now the judge has come out and said that he's upset by it, that he doesn't believe that the defense should continue to file these motions under seal, that the public deserves to know more. Do you think we're about to get a treasure trove of information in the next couple of weeks, suddenly out of this court, that we weren't expecting, now that the judge seems to say, hey, we want more stuff public?
I do. Absolutely. I think with Judge Hippler presiding, as what we've seen in his rulings, and with this, the latest order, the tides are changing, and we are seeing more information than we've seen during the pendency of this case in a few short months. Absolutely. The tides are changing. And that is the correct
Yeah, I mean, we got that in.
Should happen.
Yeah, and listen, as a journalist, that's the way I feel, obviously.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.